Greetings, fellow Toastmasters and distinguished guests. Welcome to PR Masterclass 2 Aesthetic Value Designing on Canva. I'm Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Annapurna, and I welcome you all to this session. I would like to begin by stating the mission of the District of Toastmasters International. We build new clubs and support all the clubs in achieving excellence. Some rules to be respected during the contest. All attendees must mute their audio at all times unless instructed otherwise by the moderator. Do not share screen unless asked by the host. If your internet allows, please keep videos on to help make this session more interactive. However, kindly refrain from movements that distract. In case you need to move, please turn off your video before doing so. And I request all Vice President Relations to just rename themselves as name_VPPR_club name. I repeat, I request all the Vice President Public Relations to just rename themselves as name_VPPR_club name. And I request all the guests to rename themselves as name_guest. Now, please help me welcome our District Public Relations Manager, Distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri Asudani. Distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri has been a Toastmaster since 2017 and has served in several leadership roles in District 98, and now she is serving as DPRM for District 126. Over to you, Toastmaster Mayuri.
Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Annapurna, for that very warm welcome, and greetings, fellow Toastmasters, guests from District 126, and if we have guests from other districts as well, I warmly welcome you all. And before I forget, I would be failing in my duty if I do not welcome the district officers present. Naming them would take away a lot of time, and we want to get started with designing. But I thank all the district officers of District 126 present in this meeting room. There are also members from other districts. I welcome you all. We at District 126 were born in July, and it took us a little time to get going with public relations. The first masterclass that we had was PR Masterclass 1, where we learned very simple designing on Canva. Let me tell you how elated and happy I was when I saw that after the first PR Masterclass, our Vice President Public Relations from all clubs of District 126 started being more and more brand compliant, started understanding the colors that we use, the fonts that we use, the restrictions that we have, but at least they started getting to know why brand is important and why following these brand guidelines is important. And then we, in the month of October, early October, carried out a very unique contest called the PR contest. It was more of fun and learning, but it was immensely gratifying for all of us because after that we saw yet another level up of all our creative designers. After the contest, I have had so many VPPRs come forward and say, when are we having the next season? And I have so many VPPRs who have been giving out excellent posters and flyers for their club meetings. There's hardly any comment left for me to make, hardly anything for me to tell them to change in order to fit the brand compliance. So I'll say that in the last 5 months, District 126 is doing tremendously well in terms of Canva designing, thanks to the first PR masterclass that we had with our trainer, Toastmaster Yash Banarsi. And now we come to taking it even further. Can we? Well, of course we can. Canva is beautiful. Canva is huge. Canva is vast. And there's so much that even I don't know about Canva. So I will not tell you what and who our trainer is for today and what she will be doing. But let me introduce to you the trainer from the previous PR Masterclass, but also someone who has served as an area director of District 98 when we were a part of District 98, Toastmaster Yash Banarsi. He has also served as Vice President Public Relations in his own home club. Even this term, he's serving once again as VPPR of his club. I do not want to take away any further moments. Please help me in inviting the moderator for today's session, Toastmaster Yash Banarsi. Over to you, Yash.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri. And just pardon if any noise comes from my background. I'm at a very tight situation. I have some certain commitment that I cannot avoid. But certainly, let us handle the session for today's evening. All right. Am I being too loud?
Carry on.
Okay. All right. So for today's session, we have someone who has served as the club vice president public relations. She has served as the area director. She is also the design team chair of our District 126. Also, she is leading the design for our district's quarterly newsletter, Quest. Apart from all the accolades she has achieved in Toastmasters, in her personal life, she is also a budding entrepreneur in the creative field, starting her own startup as Doodles Creation, dealing in doodles and mandalas. She is the ultimate go-to person when it comes to aesthetics, and so is the today's session. She is very much to fit in. She is very much perfect for this session as well. So without further ado, let's hear it from our trainer for today's session. Please help me welcome Toastmaster Gunjan. Over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash, for that wonderful introduction. First of all, good evening, everyone, on a Sunday evening. I'm glad to see such attendance on a Sunday evening today. And pardon me if my voice is a little bit hazy or rough because I'm under the weather right now. So, yes, without any further ado, let's start our session. And as you know, you have read the poster. It's all about aesthetics today, that how you can make brand compliant posters look good, look more appealing and pleasing, at the same time conveying the message of what you want to the readers or your guest to be conveyed. Now, firstly, let's just quickly brush up the basics as all of us used to do in our school. What we read or what we have learned in our previous class, we revise it and move ahead to the next chapter. So similarly, just sharing my screen right now. Let me know if it's visible. So in the last, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible. The homepage of Canva.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Mary. So the first thing that we will be making our posters on Canva, which is not the pro version, in which we all make our posters, our district posters are made. It's not the pro version at all. We use the free version of Canva, and I am going to demonstrate all the posters over here in the free version itself. And the next thing is this PR toolkit, which is also you can say, toolkit which comes handy to all the VPPRs, which contains all the information from the brand manual, which is here. So the brand manual is too long and there is so much of reading, very much text going on over here. So we made a copy of our PR toolkit. So just brushing up all the things, that these are the compliant fonts, Montserrat. There are different forms of Montserrat, which we can use in headlines and subheads. For copy, we have Source Sans Pro. These are the brand colors. Yellow is the accent color. Black is also an accent color. These are the three gradients. Gradient means not the solid color blue. It is the combination of two blues, which is Loyal Blue and Blissful Blue. And both the hex codes are also present over here. So if someone is designing the poster, you can just click on this box of gradient, copy and paste it over your poster which you are designing. Simple as that. Similarly, there is a gradient of maroon, which is not a solid color maroon, but a combination of two different maroon shades, which are written over here. Similarly, we have gray gradient. Now, as Toastmaster Mayuri said very rightly, that there is only very little things which we need to tell to the current VBPRs, the corrections. Rest, everything is very much compliant in all the posters. The only mistake people make is putting the solid color blue and applying the squatch over the solid color. You just need to keep in mind that if you are reducing or increasing the transparencies, that is applying this squatch, you need to do it only over these gradients and not over the solid color. That's it. This is the, I must say that only thing which we find as we are in the designing team, which is non-compliant in most of the posters. Rest, you guys aced it. You have aced it very well. So yes, the same thing is mentioned over here. Transparencies can be used only over the gradients and not on the solid colors, and the percentage also. And yes, rest is also rest. Every information is given over here in our PR toolkit. The logos, the pathways logos, the pathways badges, levels, and yes, you have a nice pack of icons which you can use. As you know that we cannot use illustrations and non-compliant images. We'll come to that in our poster, but this pack of icons is approved by Toastmasters International by our DPRM, so we can anytime use this. This comes very handy to you while you are designing your poster. So we have a pack of all the icons you can use as per your theme. And what is not allowed, these curved lines, brush strokes, patches, these irregular shapes, designs, mandalas, these icons which we use as basic illustration and clip arts, these are not allowed. So this is a basic revision of the things that you can just go with the flow. And now let's begin with the designing of our aesthetic posters. So for that, I request everybody, if you can turn on your video, that would be great, because this is going to be a very interactive session. And if you have any questions, you can just unmute or raise your hand or unmute yourself and ask me as you see me making something. But to make something, I would need a content. So I would need your help. Please tell me what you want me to demonstrate over here. Any theme, any tough theme, which you, which many VPPRs struggle in that. Let's take it from you, and I'll make it on the go. Because currently, let's see, portray that I am also like one of you VPPRs. I just got my theme and I'm making the poster with you guys. So can I get some suggestions and we would choose?
Come on, VPPRs.
Okay, it's the month of December, month of festivals, holidays, any theme.
Hi Gunjan, I guess holiday themes are very easy to work upon because we already know what to make.
Right.
I have a request. I always struggle to design something different when it comes to open houses and table topics marathon, because there's no idea to design, right? There's no theme involved there. So how do you design a poster for that cause?
Okay. Okay, so open house and table topic marathon. So let me, as you said, open house and table topics marathon, an image came in front of me, which is a bunch of people, a Toastmaster. There's a meeting going on and people are sitting over there. So what's the best place to find this image, these images? It's Toastmasters International website where you can find all the resources. So just let me go to the website. Okay, just by the time I'm logging in, I can just tell you that there are some creative posters which I have seen from our district side and also from the VPPRs, which I have opened over here. So for example, how to make your leadership posters or something to related to open house, and the thing which is our guests who are seeing our posters should get to know from one glance that what is this poster all about, what is this thing all about. So you can design your posters in such a way that the idea behind your meeting, the idea behind making this poster is highlighted. For example, like this leadership conclave which is happening in Hyderabad. So the poster is in blue color, but the image we have kept here is in black and white. Just why? Because it should match the aesthetics of the poster. Now what we could have also done is we could have kept this poster in normal colored one, but the impact would have been, there would have many colors, because here people are wearing different colored clothes. The logo, the aesthetics which is looking in which we are seeing in the poster, it can be a bit distracting. So to reduce that distraction, to reduce that noise, we have turned this image into black and white, and we have kept this poster in blue. So the highlight, you can see that it's a Toastmasters meeting, it's a conclave, and below it's mentioned that it's leadership conclave, which is happening in Hyderabad. So the visual hierarchy goes like, there is a meeting which is happening, it's a leadership conclave which is happening in Hyderabad, and below we have all the information related to that, the date, the time, the venue, and whom to contact to in the end. So this is the basic visual hierarchy. Now let's just download one good image for our open house from the resource. So as you can see, the website has developed and there is a lot of change in the website. You can go to brand portal. Then you can go to marketing resources. And here you can find n number of templates for your website, also for your open house, for your brochures and everything that you need to post here. Okay, so let me just see. Let me download these few of the images over here, which will come handy while we are designing the posters. So as you can see, this particular image, there is a huge library of images, single images, people who are having a meeting,
Gunjan,
or they're having a contest.
your video is not shared.
Sharing the screen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize that my screen share has stopped. Okay. So let's create a design and let's create Instagram post, which is normal post, which is square. And Toastmaster Sakshi, I would like you to please repeat again the theme which you were talking about.
I was talking about table topics marathon or membership drives, open houses.
Okay. So here I have downloaded few images and now we'll post it. Now, if you want your poster, the best thing you can do is your poster to look good is, what people do is, if they want to put up an image over the poster, they usually use a frame. They put up a frame on the poster and they post a picture where a group of people is seen. If you are posting a picture about a person, that this person has a session today, use a frame and put their picture in the frame, because that's a single person. If you are taking a picture which has more than 2 people in that, don't put it in a frame, because that again creates a more chaotic value in your poster, which is not pleasing to the eyes. I'll show you an example of the same. If here we are using this image, Okay, all right. We have used this image. You can use it half and half, horizontally or vertically. I am using it half and half like this. You can do it in this manner, or what you can do is we have options in elements of grids. There's some issue over here. Okay, again, let's search for grids. See, you can find any grid over here as well. So this particular thing is you can adjust the frame as per your size. This is not constrained to a particular thing. If you want your grid, you want your frame to be half and half horizontally, you can do that. Or if you want your frame vertically, you can do that. Or if you want your image to be in a particular corner, you can do that. Just put this particular grid, select your image, and put that up. So this is one kind of a hack which you can do. Now what I have to do is I have to make this particular thing half and half vertically. So I would adjust this frame like this. This is the particular frame where my image would come, and here my information will come. Now the thing which I was talking about is here I have used grid, but what if I have used I would have used a frame here. For example, let's take a normal square one. And no, not this one. This is not allowed because it's not a plain frame. I took this particular frame and I put my poster image over here. And now if I'm placing this somewhere, this is taking a lot of space while I adjust this, firstly. Secondly, that end-to-end display of the image of this group picture was more pleasing to the eyes rather than it is constrained in a box or a circle. So if I have a single person with whom my poster is related to, for example, here let's use the picture of one of our division directors, Vamsi. If he is having a session and we put his frame and his picture in the frame, and we put up here and we write that there's a session, that looks more sensible rather than if we are using a group picture in such frame and we are putting it as this is the table topics marathon, because it's not depicting, it is not making any sense. So let's use a grid now again. Let's take this grid, adjust it, take our image. Now you can see if you double click on the picture, you can adjust the image according to you as per your convenience. So I want this upper part to be a little more covered. So I'll zoom into the picture. I'll take this upwards so that my image is visible. There's a meeting going on. You can use this horizontally as well as vertically, whichever looks good. So I currently, when I am preparing this poster, I feel that I need to make it. It is not looking as appealing in horizontal, vertical, but it will look good when it will be put up in a horizontal fashion. So let me just do that. I'll stretch this out. Take this image, zoom in a little bit. Choose the image as per your content of the poster. If you are seeing that this particular picture is conveying the message properly, use that image. Now, when I switched here from vertical to horizontal, you saw that I used this image rather than this image because this is actually vertical image. This won't look good when placed in or a horizontal way. Now, what would you like your poster to look like? The theme, the color theme of your poster. You want it to be white, you want it to be gray, you want it to be maroon. So as we are here to see it, let's go it in a simple way and use maroon color and go to our PR kit. Now there are the 6 types of gradients from which you can use. Let's go with blue. I'll just copy this gradient over here and paste it over here. So the remaining frame which we have over here, you can just stretch this gradient and place it. Now this part goes for your content. Now wait, this is looking more similar to a leadership conclave. I'm seeing that. So let's make something different. Let's go with gray this time. So as a VPPR or as a person who is designing the poster, maybe you cannot be a VPPR always if you're designing the poster, but if you're designing the poster, do a lot of what you can say trial and error thing. It always works. It's not necessary that आपने पहली बारी poster बनाया and you have the best poster. Try and experiment with colors, staying under the brand guidelines. So here we have gray gradient, and I haven't used this part of gradient because it's darker in the lower side. I have the darker part here, and at the center it's light. I have used this particular gradient for that. So I have an effect of light to dark over here. Let's now write the club name. Again, the easy thing you can do is select the text box, copy from the toolkit and paste it over here. First thing what you can do is anytime lock the poster, lock the element which you don't want this to move here and there. Just lock the element. So Toastmasters Sakshi, your club name is Raipur Toastmasters Club. So here's the club name. You can make it bold. Now we always, as you're a VPPR of the club, you should know this. This is a kind of a thing which you can practice. It's a very good practice. Whenever you mention your club name, always mention the club number, the area where which it falls, and what type of club it is. For example, let me just change the font of this first. Raipur Toastmasters Club. Toastmasters Sakshi, do you know the club number of your club?
Yes, give me a second. I can help you with that.
Okay. Well, for now, let's put up this, and it's a community club. The reason behind putting this up is it actually gives an idea to the reader, the person who is looking at the poster, that what kind of club this is. This is a community club which is under division N, and the club number is so and so.
Toastmaster Gunjan, I'm sorry to interrupt you in the middle. I see the green card is coming up and we are going to be running short on time. My question to you would be, in fact, more like a request would be that now we understand, for a non-theme meeting poster, where it is table topics marathon or leadership conclave or open house, we can make such a generic poster. Can you help us perhaps creating another one where you use overlap of gradients, the one that we saw
Sure.
when you made?
Sure,
So that
sure.
would be another slide. I think we've understood largely what we would
Yes.
like from here.
To help everybody with that, with the use of gradients and the elements, I actually have, you can see so many tabs are open here on my laptop. I have a number of posters to show you that how we have made this, because as Toastmaster Mayuri said, that we had a one-on-one session with the VPPRs after the contest, right? So one wonderful thing which happened over there is many of the VPPRs were able, I also was actually able to ace my creative side in making the Toastmasters poster, brand compliant poster, and we came up with very good posters related to particular theme when we were discussing. This is actually another example of the town hall meeting here, which we have had in our district. So we use a particular image which is going with your message which you want to convey. Just use the Toastmaster logo, and yes, rest of the information in the solid color side. The next is this poster. We were actually demonstrating a particular style of gradient, that on gray gradient you can use a blue swatch, solid color swatch. We were actually discussing about this. So when we were discussing about this, we came up with such design. So now in here, in the brand manual, as I said, that many people mistake this, that they use white swatch, like in blue and maroon, they use white swatch over gray, but here you have to use blue, solid color blue swatch over the gray gradient. And the similar thing which we were doing over here, that you can use triangle gradient, you can use circle gradient, and a blue swatch over it. So I put up a blue swatch right over here, and now this thing is not looking good, right? If we put this swatch a little bit over the left side, so it is over the gradient. At the same time, it is compliant. At the same time, it's showing, not exactly showing that these are mountains or something is going upwards, but yes, this is depicting that something is going upwards, aiming high, or vertical limits, as you can see the theme is. So when in doubt, go with monochrome, one single color, and you can use this particular thing. There are simple two things over here: a gray gradient and a top swatch, and your poster is done.
Toastmaster Gunjan, Toastmaster Jay has raised his hand. He has
Yes,
a question.
Toastmaster Jay.
Yeah, Toastmaster Gunjan. So over here, I do understand that we are using a gray gradient and then a blue swatch, but then our blue swatches are getting overlapped. So will that cause a problem to us, because it's a blue swatch on a blue swatch, right?
It's a blue swatch over the gray swatch.
But
right?
then there is an intersection where we do have a blue overlapping the blue. So would that be consistent enough or compliant enough for the brand?
Blue
So
is
in this
overlapping
center,
over blue. You are saying this particular thing?
yeah, right. Yes.
Yeah, that doesn't make the poster non-compliant in any way.
Okay.
The one thing,
Because it will impact our transparency, right? In a way, because the opacity will increase and the blue color is giving a new shade. So does that impact us in any way? Because the center part of it gives us a darker shade of blue. So do we have to take care of that in any sense, or can we still do it?
very good question, actually.
That's a very good question.
Yes, so
I think to answer, Gunjan, if I may, Jaya has made a point over here that this little tiny quadrangle that we see has a different shade of blue completely now.
Yeah.
And this will probably go under non-brand compliance. So when we place our triangles, one above the other, and we place the swatch, let us place them such that it does not create this. Yes, this is okay. This is okay when she's moved it. But when it was overlapping, this tiny portion was giving you a completely different code. Right. You have a point, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Jay. So as our DPRM would be a very happy DPRM that our members are so much now educated in terms of brand guidelines. And actually, I'm also very happy to see that. So yes, you can use the monochromatic look over here, you can simply use two elements, which is gradient and their top squash, and you can make simple poster look good. Second was this, as in the month of Feb, many clubs use the theme of Valentine's and love is in the air. So you can go monochrome again with the maroon shade, which we have in our brand color. And you can use this particular square, hollow square element here, which is, and you can just make three, you can use three square. This is not exactly looking like a heart. If you see, it's just we have played with the lines and boxes. You can also, what you can do, you can just remove these two if you feel like, but I have added this small element just to make it look more fuller. So just through lines, we have made this, and you write your theme as per the visual hierarchy. What this club name, I didn't have the rest of the information, so I have put the club name in the similar fashion of black and maroon, Hyderabad Toastmasters Club. Now you want to highlight the theme, which is love is in the air. So love is in maroon color, which is in extra bold, Montserrat extra bold, and is in the air in normal Montserrat. The date and the timings are in maroon color, and rest is in black and maroon, the way it goes. And below would be the club information, the Instagram handle, Facebook handle, and so on. Just to show another thing which I had made previously, if there is a congratulating poster, the person needs to be highlighted, right? The person who has won the contest. So previously I had made this poster, and I have kept again, if this particular image would have been in colored, it would grab more attention towards the person. Here it is distributed in the right amount, the attention. Here, congratulations Toastmaster Anubhuti for securing first position at club level at international speech contest, and this is the image of Anubhuti. Now what I have done over here, that I have played with the transparencies of the image. This is a new thing which I wanted to introduce in this session. Was you can, if you have space and you have that much of negative space, which is too much, like here I had a lot of space after the actual image, so I copy pasted this image, reduced the transparency of black and white. I have put the black and white thing and reduced the transparency and overlapped it with the black and white image of Toastmaster Anubhuti. So this also create a nice visual appearance to your winner poster. Similarly, we were actually in division, and we wished all the best as this particular Toastmaster were in eloquence in ISC. So the similar thing I did over here.
Also, Gunjan, I think the Why I Renew posters that were rolled out had
Yes.
an inform.
Yes, right.
So if you have any of those open, because that struck out as Why I Renew, the person who says Why I Renew.
Yes.
But the background was all monochrome almost.
I actually was searching them and I didn't.
It will be probably in the folder, CGD folder.
Okay, I got. Yeah, so you must have seen the Why I Renew posters. So the similar thing we did over here. We used here in the background, we use gradient triangles, simple gradient triangles overlapping one another. That actually creates a very good effect. And we placed Toastmasters image with their content over here. So it's, again, it's one tone poster, monochrome poster of gray here. And the attention is distributed, as we can see. There is a content why this person is renewing, and the Toastmasters photo with their name and club name.
Gunjan, also with the quest.
Yes, I have it here open, the quest thing. So here, yes, as
can you zoom a little bit, please, because it's a little tiny.
here, as we have, you must have seen the Quest, the district magazine newsletter, which we have introduced in October, in the month of October. So yes. The cover page of the Quest is like so. So I have used an image where first of all, the theme of our newsletter was all about contests. The cover story and the theme was all about contests. So there was something we need to put it up in the cover, something related to the contest. So I actually searched the image of Toastmasters International Contest, and the image you see in the background and in the blue thing, in the blue square, is the image of Toastmasters International Conference, and which was happening virtually, hybrid actually, because as you can see, there are audience present in the conference, as well as there is a projector in which the online members are able to see the conference. So hybrid contest was actually happening. I downloaded a good quality image of that particular thing. I placed it in the background in total black and white format. I used that grid again, which I showed you. I used that grid to highlight that particular image in the blue in the center, which you can see. I put up a blue gradient over that. This is not a solid blue color because we need to adjust the transparency. So I had put up the blue gradient over that. And here is the newsletter. The main name of the newsletter is on the top, Quest. And now I used a small q over here. Why? Because the capital Q, as you can imagine, the capital Q is a big circle and tail of Q, which comes right here towards you, which was not looking good. So I was actually thinking that how to make this look in a symmetrical way. So I just made the Q small, and rest is the capital UEST is in capital letters. So Quest newsletter, July, August, September, and here is the cover story. What lies inside our newsletter? It is written here in the box. So we came up with this. And one more thing I wanted to tell to everybody that what I did in this particular newsletter is I made ample use of this particular circle, which is a gradient circle. Let me just zoom in. This gradient circle. This is one single element, which is a gradient circle of maroon color, the two shades of maroon. You can type gradient circle in the elements section, and you will find our editable circle, which is gradient. I use the maroon gradient. I put up a circle, overlapped it. These are all maroon circles overlapped on one another, big circles, small circles, and it creates this beautiful design.
So just to add over here, these are just gradients. So there is no top swatch or anything on them. Otherwise, the thing that Jay had mentioned would come into effect. This is only gradients, so you can overlap one over the other other. Sizes are different. Yeah.
Right. Sorry. Right. Different size of circle, which is overlapped one over the other. And as it's maroon color, so the heading, the bullet heads are in maroon color. Rest information is in black. Similarly, with another division, I did with blue. And again, the bullet heads are in blue and rest information is in black, like so. And this particular thing was needed to be highlighted, the DOTP which happened in Hyderabad. So I used the gray gradient circles, and I used the maroon color over here because maroon color over gray always pops up, maroon and black.
And also notice that the shade of the photographs has reduced. It's not the original color.
Yes, it's not colored one, because we needed the photos to match the aesthetics of this particular page, which is gray and maroon.
Right.
So we selected the picture and we selected the black and white. Let me just show you. We select this image, we go to edit image, and here you can see filters. Just say see all. this particular black and white and make the intensity initially when you apply this particular filter, the intensity is full 100%. You reduce the intensity and you get this beautiful color. You can reduce the intensity of black and white as per the aesthetics of your poster. If you wanted full black and white, you can go with this. If you wanted less, it was 45. This was 45. So every image in this particular frame, in this particular collage, is black and white and the intensity is 45. So it looks in such a way. So yes, this was one of them. This is also done. This is also done. One more poster is left.
Which was on the red card, yeah. So
yes, this is the last thing which I need to share with everybody, because this was a poster which I was struggling for, that how to make a poster with the theme of perspectives. So I was actually thinking, now here there are 0 elements, only one line is used. That's it. So what you can do is, if you have time to think, because as VPPR, sometimes you need to make poster on the go where you don't know what to do. So one hack you have, go with monochrome. When you have no idea, take a particular single element, single color and go with it. And if you have time, if you have time, you have a coffee with you and you need to think, you feel like to make a very creative poster. So that was that day for me, and I was not actually in a mood to use any element. So I wrote perspectives in normal Montserrat classic, and I said that perspectives actually differ from one another. If you look thing from here, it is different. If you look thing here from another side, is different. So what I did is I made some letters capital, I made some letters small, and I just rotated it upside down, and I to bifurcate it, I used a single line, and here's the poster. This is gradient in the background, blue gradient in the background, white is the text color, and the perspectives, as the perspective differs from one another, is similar to this kind of idea. And below written is the TMOD, date, time, and so on. So you can use letters as the strong value of your poster when you are able to actually think about something. So don't hesitate with thinking over creative ideas. If you are feeling that the elements would actually interrupt it, the idea or the message which you want to portray, just go with different types of letters. Montserrat, we have Montserrat classic, play with the text, play with the lettering, and go with it. And yes, this was the last poster which I wanted to show, and now I'm open to all the questions which anybody would like to ask. Kahira has raised her hand.
Yes, this is not a real question, but what I've been noticing is when I put my posters on LinkedIn with the gradient, they sort of get a little bit distorted. Like, can I share my screen? I'll show you an example.
Yeah, if the host allows you, you can surely.
Kara, 1 second.
Sure.
Yes, go ahead.
Just give me 1 second. I want to find that poster which I put up.
But since we're running on later time, actually, Kaira, would you like us to reach out to you? All right.
Yeah, I think that would be better. Or I've put it up right now.
Okay.
If you can see the blues, like the circle, when you can see different colored
circles coming up. Yeah, that's actually the gradient. That's actually a part. It happens with me also sometimes. Sometimes the particular app doesn't support it that much, you can say. So sometimes on Facebook also, you would notice that if you use gradient, so you can see lines, very thin lines which bifurcate the colors of the gradient.
So that should be a void, or it's fine?
It's actually fine. It is not making your poster non-bland compliant in any way. It's just the matter of where you post it. You're posted on LinkedIn. You post it on Facebook, you post it on Instagram. There are different, that's a very technical part actually. You just need to make your poster in the highest quality, which is 1080, I think, 180 px, and rest goes with the flow. It's not a very big issue that the colors are looking distorted.
Can we even set the pixels in Canva? I have never seen that option.
Okay, just let me show you quickly. So yes, let us go in the home page. You can see the option here, create design.
Yeah.
Go to create design, customize your size. So here you can, you have option px, inch, mm, centimeter. Just I have selected the px one. Write your width, write your height, and you're good to go. Create a poster customizable size of yours.
But we cannot set the resolution in any way, is it? Because I usually use Photoshop and I can get the pixels as well as the resolution. So let's say if I'm using a 25 by 25 inch poster, and then I can even set the resolution to reduce the pixel size. So that kind of a thing won't be.
That thing in Canva, you can do it in Pro version, not in the free one. That thing is possible here, but in Pro.
All right, I think we are really running short on time, and Yash has just sent me a message. Toastmaster Gunjan, the moderator, has a problem with his setup and he's unable to start his video. Yash, can you at least come on audio?
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Over to you.
All right. So thank you so much, trainer Toastmaster Gunjan, for your wonderful session. I hope that our BBPRs and our upcoming BBPRs would be very much delighted to see this session, and they have learned quite a lot how to make your posters more aesthetic or pleasing looking. So really thankful for this session for today, and I hand it over back to the District Public Relations Manager, Toastmaster Mayuri. Distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri, over to you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yash, for handing over the stage to me. And thank you so much, Toastmaster Gunjan. I always feel that with PR, 1 hour is never enough. It wasn't enough when we did the first PR Masterclass. It was not enough when we carried out the PR contest. Even today, I feel there are still so many nuances that we want to learn. But we know it's a Sunday evening and we do not want to hold on to you any further. So I thank you for taking time out on a Sunday evening and helping us in as quick a way as possible, for helping all of us. And thank you also to the attendees. Please allow me to share my screen. And there we are. So Toastmaster Gunjan, thank you for being the trainer today and for taking this session at PR Masterclass 2, adding more value, more aesthetic value actually, to always working on Canva. So thank you so much for that. And accept a small token of appreciation. Yash Banarsi, I know your camera failed you at just the moment we wanted you on camera, but thank you for moderating the session. It is always a delight having you over in the team. Toastmaster Bhanu Pradeep, I know you were flashing the green, the yellow and the red lights, but we were not listening to you. Thank you so much for being the timer today and for keeping a very close watch on the time. It is thanks to you that we are actually going to finish on time, something that we really respect at Toastmasters. And I would love to thank Toastmaster Annapurna Tripathi. She stepped in just 30 minutes before the actual session. And I'm so grateful to you because this is what Toastmasters teaches us. We step up when there is a reason, when someone needs to back out. We step up and say, I'll do it. Thank you, Annapurna, for being the Sergeant at Arms. Thank you once again for being there for us at District 126. And now I hand over the control back to you, Toastmaster Annapurna, the Sergeant at Arms.
Thank you so much, distinguished Toastmaster Mayuri. Thank you everybody for joining us today in this fantastic session of aesthetic value designing on Canva. I am sure we all will be more creative and more compliant henceforth. I now close this PR Masterclass. Thank you everybody.